Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Meydan Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 11th of February 2022. We're going to look at all the races on tonight's program from Meydan, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Let's look at the first race, the opener on the program from Meydan. It is for the Arabian horses. It's the Group 3 Meydan Racecourse Stakes. It's for the Purebred Arabians Grade Group 2 event, going for a purse $40,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 10 horses are going 1,600 meters or mile on the dirt course. As a top selection, I'm going to take the 6-horse Oxford. We'll go 6-8-9 in the tri-cash trifecta. 6-8-9 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 6-horse Oxford. 5-year-old horse by Valiant Boy. Gets Dan O'Neill up in the saddle. The horse's most recent out, it came on the turf at Abu Dhabi on the 24th of January. Good ground, 2,200 meters, mile 3/8, and a conditions race. And the horse finished 10th by 13 lengths and just never really showed up and never really got the good turn of foot. Do think the trip was too long. Do think the turf wasn't to his liking, and it wasn't his day to win. Back to dirt, has some forwardly pace. He's stepping up in class from his last few races, but I think he get a good trip and win here today. Two back around the 8th of January at Alain on the dirt in a conditions race, 1,800 meters, mile 8 there. He won by 1/4 lengths. From a tracking position, he slowly moved his way up, got the job done. An all-around good race for him there. And then before the 11th of December at Alain, main race, 1,800 meters, mile 8 on the poly track, winning by 7.5 lengths. Basically smooth sailing from a tracking position. He quickened up nicely, an all-around good race there. Like his forwardly pace, he was drawn well here today in the 3 barrier. And with going the mile trip, I think you need to have some forwardly pace. I think he has it here, and he gets stuck, which I think is a good thing. At 30-1 here in the States, we'll use him. You have to use the 8-horse Spaghetti also. This 10-year-old horse here. He's coming in from his most recent race here at Meydan a few weeks ago. To Lane a few weeks ago, and a conditions race over the mile and 8th, where he finished 3rd by 8 lengths there. He just couldn't get there. It was his first start in quite a while. He needed the race there. Last year he ran here and he finished 2nd in this race, where he just, again, it was a little lackadaisical. Coming here at 7-2, we'll definitely use in the multis, but I do prefer Oxford before him. But to recap my selection for the first from Meydan, it is the Group 2 Meydan Racecourse. Let's take the 6-horse Oxford. Give kudos to the 8-horse Spaghetti. 6-8-9 tri-cash trifecta. 6-8 in the multi-race. The second race from Meydan, it's the Race of Future Handicap. It's a handicap going for a purse of $80,000. Race for 5-year-olds and upwards. We feel 17 horses entered, but only 16 could go. One lap around the Meydan turf course, which is 2,400 meters in circumference, or 1.5 miles on that Meydan turf course. I'm going to take the 3-horse Global Storm as a top selection. Let's go 3-4-11 in the tri-cash trifecta. 3-4-11 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Global Storm. 5-year-old going by Night of Thunder. William Buick's on this one for Charlie Appleby. Horse's most recent out came the 6th of November at Doncaster. Very soft ground, 1.5 miles and a handicap there, and the horse finished 18th by 17 lengths. A very soft ground, wasn't to this horse's liking though. She never got a good handle of the ground, and wheels are spinning, and it just wasn't a day to win. Seeing a lot faster, the ground has some further pace if she wants to use it. Drawn well, getting Buick up. I think the horse can improve off that last run. Just put an X through it. Two back, the horse ran the 4th of September at Haydock, where it's usually soft, but that day was lightning fast. Mile 3/4 in the handicap, and the horse finished 6 by 2 3/4 lengths. Was with them early on, but then just couldn't get the good turn of foot in the final 2 furlongs. Do think the mile 6 was just too long for him. You can say for the same race before at York, the 21st of August, mile 3/4 in the handicap, finishing 10th by 11 lengths, was drawn wide and just couldn't stay the final few furlongs there. This horse hasn't won in quite a while, but he's been running in the wrong races recently. Some very tough heritage handicaps over some a little bit longer trips, which I don't think he likes. He likes the 1.5 miles. He's going to get that today. He's going to see the quick round. I think at 3-1, he should get redemption from his last few subpar races. So we're going to use him here. You can't throw out the 4-horse Volcanic Sky either. Most recently, they tried him staying, where he just ran okay. Not great, but okay. But his races over the summer at Newmarket, like that race on the 6th of August, he could definitely, if he runs that race, he could definitely win against these horses. Getting Frankie up, even with a high weight, we'll use him on the ticket, but I prefer his stablemate before him. To recount my selection for the second from Meydan, it's the Race of Future Handicap. Let's take the 3-horse Global Storm. Give kudos to the 4-horse Volcanic Sky. 3-4-11 tri-cash trifecta. 3-4 in the multi-race. Let's go to the third race from Meydan, which is the UAE 2000 Guineas. It is a conditions race going for it's the Group 3 UAE 2000 Guineas. It's a Group 3 event going for a purse of $150,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 14 horses are going 1,600 meters or a mile on the dirt course. We're going to take the 12 horse Sadeti as the top selection. We'll go 12, 14, 3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 12, 14, 3 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection, excuse me, the 12 horse Rory is my top selection. 12, 14, 3 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection, 12 horse Rory. This 3-year-old colt by Frosted. Miguel Barzalone is on this one. Pardon that. God forbid I read the horse's right name. But this 3-year-old colt by Frosted. Miguel Barzalone on this one. Horse's most recent outing, 21st January here, made on 7 furlongs in the Guineas trial, and he won by 2 lengths that day. And basically, he had everything his own way. He broke well, quickened up nicely, conveyor belt to speed track, and he just kept going. An all-around good race there for being his first victory. Coming here today, longer trip shouldn't be a problem. Run well, and I think he has enough pace to win. 2 back in Jebel Ali, 15th of January, 6 furlongs in the main race. He finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. He was setting the pace early on. He couldn't get up the final furlong well, which cost him, but that was a good stamina builder because he won it next week at Meydan, and then 23rd of December here at Meydan, 6 furlongs in the main race, finished second by 4.5 lengths. He stalked, but just never quickened up and never weakened out of it either. The winner was just much the best, but he did run decently. Coming here, even with the low weight, even with, he has a further pace, and he's run well, I think he could win on the dirt. I'm going to take him here. He's going to be my best bet of the night, even though I forgot his name before, or mixed him up. But to recap my selection for the third for Meydan, it's Scoop 30 UA 8,000 guineas. Let's take the 12 horse Rory. We'll go 12, 14, 3 in the tri-cash trifecta. Back to the turf with race number 4 from Meydan, which is the Business Bay Challenge presented by Race of Possibilities Listed Stakes. It's a listed event going for a purse of $100,000. I hate when these races have a mouthful of a name. But we have a field of 20 horses entered, but only 16 can go to the turf course, a distance of around 1,400 meters, or 7 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to take the number 10 horse, Mutafawig, as a top selection. We'll go 10-1-4 in the tri-cash trifecta, 10-1-4 tri-cash trifecta, top selection 2 horse, Mutafawig. This 6-year-old gun by Oasis Dream, Godolphin known, Saeed Bin Suwar trains, Frankie Dettori, the veteran, gets the mounts. The horse's most recent outing came 28th of January here in Meydan. 6 furlongs down the turf course in a conditions race, and the horse finished 4th by 2 lengths that afternoon. And he just never really was comfortable there. Let me get the page up. He just really couldn't get the good turn of foot from track position. Do think he needs to race. Do think the 6 was a little bit too short. Do think he does a lot better around the bend. He had in the bend today. The extra furlong should really suit him well. 2 back, the horse ran 12th of September at Chelmsford, 7 furlongs in a handicap, and he finished 5th by 9 lengths there. And he didn't have the best beginnings, which cost him. Horrible beginning. It was very lackadaisical early on. He moved a little bit late, but when you break horribly, it costs you. And then prior to that, the 4th of August at Kempton, 1 mile in a novice race, he won by 2 3/4 lengths, and basically, as the gates opened, he just kept going. Quickly won it on the front end, all around good race. And then before that, in August 2019, he ran at Doncaster, 6 furlongs novice race, won by 3.5 lengths again. He won it on the front end. It was quite impressive in August for him to win off that 2-year freshening. Coming here today at 4-1, I think he's loaded. Let's take him. So to recap my selection for the 4th from Meydan, let's take the 10 horse Mutafawig as a top selection. We'll go 10-1-4 in the tri-cash trifecta. The co-featured 5th race, or co-feature 5th race from Meydan. It is the Curlin Stakes. It's a listed stakes going for a purse of $100,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a baker's dozen, 13 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the dirt course. I'm going to take the 1 horse Dubai Icon as the top selection. Let's go 1-9-12 in the tri-cash trifecta. 1-9-12 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection 1 horse Dubai Icon. 6-year-old go by New Approach. Godolphin known, Saeed Bin Suwar trains. Frankie Dettori gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 21st January at Meydan, a mile and a quarter in a conditions race. And the horse won by 8.5 lengths there. And he upset. He was basically on the front and all throughout, and the speed was holding up. It was an all-around good effort and victory for him. Coming here today, he probably won't get as easy a lead, but it's always good to have speed on this track, and I think he could improve off that last race where he really went good off the bench. Prior to that, he ran the 14th of October at Chelmsford. He only started the season in the UK, 1 mile in the handicap. He finished second by 3/4 length. Very high weight, very wide post strut. Didn't have the blinkers on that headgear, which cost him. He sat back early, was a little bit wide, and he just couldn't get the good turn of foot. Do think he does better with the blinkers, which he's getting back again today. And then prior to that, he ran in the Group 3 Burj Nahar at Meydan, 1 mile on the 6th of March. He finished 7th by 5.5 lengths. Drawn in the parking lot, he just absolutely had nothing, never quickened up. It wasn't his day to win. And then before that, another listed handicap here at Meydan last year, a mile and a quarter. He placed behind New Trails that day where he tracked. He just couldn't get the good turn of foot, but he ran decently. I've seen a lot worse races for him. Coming here today, blinkers on again. At 4-1, I think he's loaded. Don't throw out here the 9-horse appreciated coming in for Doug O'Neill. Fernando Yara gets some out on him. The horse's most recent outing came at Santini, a mile and eighth and an allowance optional claimer, where we finished third by 1.5 lengths. And he just, again, that afternoon at Santa Anita, he just couldn't get there late. He kind of hit the wall, but he had some speed there. He's probably going to show the speed again today, and it wouldn't surprise me if he goes wide or wide. He's been running on turf recently. Coming turf to dirt here at Meydan doesn't really bother me because it's a very sandy track, and if he gets in front, I don't think he'll see a lot of quick kickback. He's your wise guy horse. 10-1. We'll use him on the ticket. I definitely think he can get the trip. It's a little bit question will be the dirt, but like I said, if he has enough pace, I think he can handle the dirt kickback. But 10-1 here on the stage, you won't see. You'll see like 7-2 at the best. But to recap my selection for the 5th from Meydan, it's the Curlin Stakes. Let's take the 1-horse Dubai Icon. Let's take the 9-horse Appreciated also. 1-9-12 Tricast Trifecta. 1-9 in the place pod or the multi race. The 6th race, it's the feature of the program. It is the Group 2 Singspiel Stakes. It's a Group 2 event going for a purse of $180,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 12 horses going 1,800 meters. Or mile and eighth on the turf course. I'm going to take here the number 2 horse Courthouse. We'll go 4-2-8 in the Tricast Trifecta. 4-2-8 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 4 horse Courthouse. 7-year-old gelding by Dawn Approach. Andre Azzini's on this one for Simon and Ed Crisford. The horse's most recent outing came at Meydan on the 27th of March. Mile and eighth at 1,800 meters in the Group 1 Dubai Turf. And he finished 8th by 10 lengths there and really just didn't show anything. Absolutely ran horribly that afternoon and just never got involved. It wasn't his day to win. Before them in the Jebel Hada here made on a Super Saturday, mile and eighth on the 6th of March, he finished 5th by 1.75 lengths, and he's with them early on, setting the pace. He kind of hit the wall late, but he didn't go down without a fight. I thought it was an okay effort there. And then before then, the Al Rashida made on a mile and eighth on the 11th of February. He finished second by 3/4 length, and again was with him early on. He got caught by Zakuski. He's running back at this one today, but again he didn't go down without a fight. And then they ran the Jebel Ali mile before that. Jebel Ali last January, we finished 10th by 49 lengths and just had nothing on dirt. Horrible race. It tests maybe a World Cup horse for that if he can handle the dirt at Jebel Ali, but he didn't. He just ran very subpar. Before that, he was running decently in the UK. He actually ran February 2020 in the Winter Derby at Linkfield over the mile and a quarter. He actually placed by Dubai Warrior that day. Not a bad race from there. And then he placed behind him in the Derby Trial at Linkfield, in the Winter Derby Trial before that in early February 2020, behind Bangkok, who won it on the front end. But this horse was closing up well behind him. Coming here back to turf, I think he has enough forwardly pace to overcome the wide posture. At 12-1, we'll use him. Don't throw out the 2 horse Art Duval for Godolphin. He ran okay last time on there, Al Rashida. He does need the first off the bench race. If he could show like he was showing 2 seasons, the form he was showing a few seasons ago, he could definitely win here. I do like his races. Like I said, second off the bench, 7-1 with the fees and the multis. But to recap my selection for the 6th from Meydan, it's the Group 2 Singspiel. Let's take the 4 horse Courthouse. Give kudos to the 2 horse Art Duval. 4-2-8 Tricast Trifecta. 4-2 in the multi race. Then I cap the featured 7th race from Meydan. It's one of the Carnival best sprint races, I think. It is the Group 3 Shindagha Sprint. It's a Group 3 event going for a purse of $150,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 9 horses are sprinting 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the dirt course. I'm going to take the 1 horse Altarique as a top selection. Let's go 1-8-2 in the Tricast Trifecta. 1-8-2 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 1 horse Altarique. 6-year-old gelding by Oasis Dream. Pat Dobbs gets them out for Doug Watson. The horse's most recent outing came in the Group 3 Dabawi Stakes here at Meydan. 6 furlongs, 21st of January, and the horse won by 2 lengths. And on the front and all throughout, he was just on the drive and excelling there, quickened up nicely. An all-around good race here. Back off the quick turnaround. Back to 1,200, not the world's toughest race. I think he can really romp here. 2 back in a conditions race at Jebel Ali, 6 furlongs, 26 in November. He won by neck. Again, speed from the rail. Jebel Ali is a very tough place to running at times, especially off the long refreshing, but he got the job done. So he's decreasing margin victory late, but he got the job done. And then before then, the Golden Shaheen at Meydan, 6 furlongs, 27th of March. He finished 6th by 9.75 lengths and just really didn't show up. He was facing 2 tough sprinters there. He ran this race last year where he won by a half a length. very, very nicely from a starting position. So he's a little bit of a versatile type. Coming here today, not the world's toughest race. I think a 5-2. I think he can make it 3 in a row. So to recount my selection for the 7 from Meydan, it's the Group 3 Shindagha Sprint. Let's take the 1 horse Al Tariq. Let's go 182 in the tri-cash trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.